Troops from Ghana, Nigeria and Ivory Coast prepare to board a ship carrying actors playing the role of hostages. It's the first time in almost 20 years that the US-run counter-terrorism exercises, known as Flintlock, have included maritime training for West African troops. Some Flintlock participants questioned why a big focus of this year's exercise was on the southern parts of West Africa's coastal states. The terror threat to those countries is coming from the north, from militants linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State in the Sahel and Boko Haram in northeast Nigeria. US military organisers said the request for maritime training came from their African partners.
Ghana is strided by rivers which run from the north to the south, mainly that is the Volta, Pra and Ankobra. These maritime channels are avenues for violent extremist organizations or terrorist groups to conduct their activities, connect to supply routes in the south, and also could be avenues of escape and infiltration.
West Africa's Gulf of Guinea has made headlines in recent years as it appeared to replace waters off the Horn of Africa as the continent's piracy hotspot. However, since 2021, piracy has all but disappeared in the Gulf. The International Maritime Organization has delisted it as an area of concern. Analysts say the illicit activity having the most impact now is the theft of oil at sea.
But it's not attacking of ships in terms of stealing their cargo or kidnapping their crew. What we saw a spike of at the end of last year was the theft of oil. Oil theft is probably the single biggest worry for Nigeria at the moment.
Nigeria is not alone. Ghana is also hoping to combat illicit activities at sea.
Because Ghana is drilling oil, so we have to ensure that we have eyes on it, making sure those areas are very protected or secured. Because once it gets in the hands of unlawful people, it's go to the detriment of the whole country.
Experts say petrol theft is a growing problem, even though statistics are lacking on its frequency. An investigation by the Nigerian Senate last year found that between January and August of 2022, the country lost more than $2 billion in income to oil theft, on land or at sea. Vines warns the decline in piracy may be short-lived.
The bad news is I do think this is cyclical, and so a combination with very high oil prices exacerbated further by the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and so I suspect that the pirates have actually become oil thieves for the time being, and may return to some of their pirate-like activities if the oil price really reduces.
Experts say that protecting economies and therefore the stability and prosperity of West African countries plays a part in combating terrorist group recruitment. Maritime training on the south coast might therefore negatively impact Al-Qaeda, Islamic State and Boko Haram. Henry Wilkins for VOA News, Sogakope, Ghana.